Yo, what is going on, you guys? So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be sharing my thoughts on the hobby at the moment, the whole sports card market, where I see it going. I do have a little bit of more insight, I would say, just because a lot of my members I talk to probably hundreds of people on the daily basis about the hobby and just be noticing a little bit of a change recently, so I definitely want to address that. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program, and I basically show you guys, every single week what I'm buying, what to sell, and some long-term underground NBA investments, and we've been absolutely killing it recently. Recently we've had some picks that have gone, 5x, 6x, 7x within weeks, literally. So definitely some crazy things. One highlight obviously is Damian Lillard's select rookie. I believe I told all my members, and we bought a few for around $20, and right now they're around 80 to 90 recently. They did jump up to around 130, 140, but then the Lakers won game 2 and the prices went a little bit south. But yeah, we've been absolutely making a killing on the market recently. We've been finding some PSA 9s that are 1/10 the price of PSA 10s. We buy up the PSA 9s, and then the PSA 9s go to 1/3, as they should be, because PSA 9s are usually around 1/3 the price of a 10. Now, sometimes when a card goes up, the first card to go up is the PSA 10, and then the 9.5 BGS and the PSA 9 follow later. So we've definitely been doing quite well, finding a lot of undervalued cards. And if you guys would like to join, use code YouTube for 10% off. Link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So recently with the market, I've been seeing a little bit more people hesitant to buy, and that solely is because prices have gotten really crazy. If we look at guys such as Luka Doncic, is probably one of the most staple, it's a staple card in the hobby, and it kind of tells the tale of the market. And when a card that tells the tale of the market goes down, the market is kind of at a standstill, I feel, because Luka Doncic, he was around, I believe, $400 in March when we were buying him. He jumped to $700. He was at $700 for a few months, and then he all of a sudden takes another jump to $1,200. Then he has a big game. He goes all the way to $2,000. And people, obviously, when you see such a big increase, you're assuming that is like the new normal, right? That a card's going to go up 5x in a few months, that a card's going to jump every time someone has a good game. And, the truth is that is not sustainable. If Luka has a bad game, yes, his prices will go down. And that's why we've seen his prices cool down a little. Now, people are starting to freak out and say, oh my gosh, Luka's prices have gone down. The market's tumbling or whatever it is. That's really not the case. And I just wanted to address that. Really, honestly, if a guy has a bad game, if somebody gets knocked out of the playoffs, yes, their price will decrease. And so that is why you have to play this very smartly. In terms of the whole hobby, it's going through the roof still. I see, obviously, my membership program kind of tells the tale of the market as well, because the more people getting into the market per day, the more new signups we're going to get. Right? So obviously the demand is still there. Let me tell you guys, the demand of people coming into the hobby is still there, and the market is still super hot. We've seen guys like Kawhi recently. Kawhi had a great game. His prices went up, right? So definitely I would not, just look at Luka and say the market's going down, because I see a lot of people doing that right now on Instagram, Facebook, through DMs, and I just don't believe it's the case. Luka Doncic did not go down because the market is soft. Luka Doncic went down because he got injured, 1, and 2, he had a not too good of a game, obviously, because he did get injured. So, and the Mavs lost, and now they're down 2-1, and they have a higher chance of being eliminated. So that is just definitely something, Kawhi's prices are going very hot right now, and I think, as more teams get knocked out, the teams that are still in, the prices are going to go up a lot. Look, Kawhi Leonard was just $4,750 once sold for 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Right now, latest sale is $6,200. So there's definitely cards that are going up, cards that are going down, and we just kind of have to get used to that. Obviously, Another thing I think is, personally, when 2020 and 2021 Prism comes out in a few months, I believe, maybe 4 or 5 months, I believe the market will get super hot just because, if we haven't seen a big new product release since this whole sports card crave in the market, and I believe when 2020 Prism does drop, prices are going to get quite crazy because the hype is going to be surrounded around the new draft class. And that could potentially make guys like Zion go down even more because now the attention, Zion's still like a new fun rookie and whatever, but when the attention kind of shifts to LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Obi Toppin, all these new rookies, you could see guys like this going down. But then also you could see them going up if they do very well. Luka and Trey had a very good second year. So you can definitely see other guys like Zion and Ja may have a very good second year. I just think that, I do feel a sense, even in my own, feelings that, cards are, a little bit, getting a bit repetitive. I would say not like repetitive in the sense of the whole market, but just, obviously the crave and hype is not at an all-time high, I would say. But as the playoffs keep progressing, like, this is just the beginning of the playoffs. I think by the time, we're in Final Four teams, things are going to get very exciting in the hobby. And I definitely really believe that. The hype is still, very high. I see a lot of new people getting into the hobby, and if the demand continues to stay hot, the prices are going to continue to rise. And that's basic economics. So anybody that's telling you that the demand is slowing down, believe me, it is not. I have, 1, my membership program, 2, I'm around a lot of people in the hobby every day, and I will just tell you, the demand is still there. And there's, thousands of new people getting into the hobby every day, and I just think prices have the potential to continue to rise. One thing I cannot predict is an economic, if there's a national, with COVID and everything, if there's a national economic shutdown or whatever it is, that is something besides the fact. But for the card market in itself, I can see this continuing to rise until, at least for the time being, for the next 6-7 months at least. And that's just my personal opinion, and from a lot of, people I've talked to, from a lot of, just looking at how people are, behaving at the moment, right? It's all about market behavior, and people are still buying, spending. I see new people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars coming into the market today, bringing hundreds of thousands of dollars in the market and causing prices to rise. That's just kind of how it is right now. And with the new rookies and everything, with the NBA Finals coming around in a few months, the prices are not going to be stale. However, for players who do get knocked out of the playoffs, for example, if the Mavericks do get knocked out of the playoffs, you will see Luka Doncic's prices declining, and that's just a natural fact that he won't be playing anymore. People will move their money into players who are still playing, such as Kawhi, LeBron, and other favorites to win the championship. But I definitely can see prices on guys like Kawhi and LeBron going crazy. I think LeBron's 2019 Prism is a great buy right now, personally. Right? Because LeBron's 2019 Prism had the potential and did, in fact, go to $900. Now, he hasn't really played extremely well because he hasn't really had to, in Game 1, he played very well. He scored like 23, 15, and 17. And then Game 2, he didn't have to score as much because Anthony Davis was playing very well. So I can see LeBron's, if he can continue to get past, the Blazers, which I predict they will, and if they can continue to win games, I think that LeBron could potentially go up back to 1,000. I just think players who are still playing are going to go up a lot, and players who get knocked out are going to go down for the time being and then come back up before next season starts. But I just think, the safest bet, if you are not sure, because the playoffs are quite unpredictable in the bubble, is to go with guys like Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, who are not playing right now, right? So guys like Steph and KD are just going to go up because the hype is going to continue to rise for next season. People are going to start to buy for next season. And I definitely think KD is, a very good buy right now. He's still, I would not suggest his Topps rookie. My bad, I shouldn't have put that in just because I guess the pop report on that is quite high. His Topps Chrome's a very good bet if that is in your budget. If not, I would recommend other cards like 2012 Prism for KD. But yeah, that's besides the fact. For the market, I just definitely do not see it going down in the near future. I see the market continuing to stay hot for at least 6 to 7 months, in my opinion. I could be wrong. If, globally, economically, we do not do too well, then I do understand the market may take a tank. But I definitely think in terms of just demand coming into the hobby, this hobby is going to continue to get bigger for the next few months in terms of people in the hobby, and cards that, cards will go down, and that's of players who will get knocked out. We saw it with Luka. We saw it with Zion, and we could see it with Luka. I'm not going to make you guys panic sell. I definitely do not think panic selling is good. But I do think, if Luka does have another good game, I do not know if he'll play game 4. We may know this by the time this is uploaded. But Luka is a little bit of a question mark right now, not going to lie. And if he goes down, a lot of people are going to try to paint the narrative that, the market's crashing. In reality, it's just Luka going down and others going up instead. So that's pretty much my thoughts. Once again, if you guys are interested in joining the program, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Use code YouTube for 10% off the yearly memberships. And other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.